Ladies and gentlemen, there is something lurking in the shadows, moving silently among us. It does not announce itself with grand gestures, nor does it strike with an open hand. No, it is more cunning than that, more insidious. It watches you, smiles at you, even embraces you, but beneath that carefully crafted mask, it waits. I speak of envy. I speak of falsehood, and if you do not recognize them in time, they will drag you into their abyss. Now, you may think, I know who my enemies are. I know who loves me and who doesn't. But do you truly? The most dangerous enemy is not the one who declares war. It is the one who sits at your table, toasts to your success, and secretly prays for your downfall. Tonight, I will share with you 13 ways to recognize envy and falsehood in others before they have the chance to sink their claws into your life. Some of these signs are subtle, some are staring you right in the face, and some will shock you. Stay with me until the end, and you may just save yourself from the greatest betrayal of all. There is an unspoken language, one that requires no words, no gestures, only the slightest flicker of expression, the briefest hesitation, a glance that lingers just a moment too long. It is the language of envy. It does not shout, nor does it announce itself with rage or hostility. No, it hides in silence, in forced smiles, in eyes that betray what the lips will never speak. To understand this, one must observe, not just listen. The eyes, after all, are the only part of a person that cannot lie. They may force their mouth into a grin, but the eyes will reveal the storm within. The way they look at you when they think you are not watching, the quick shift in expression when you achieve something great. These are the moments when the truth slips through the cracks. You will see admiration in some and resentment in others. Those who celebrate you will have a light in their gaze and openness, a warmth that cannot be faked. But those who harbor envy, their eyes will linger too long, scanning you, measuring you, calculating. They will smile, but the smile will not reach their pupils. There is an unease in those who cannot stand your success. They will sit in the same room, laugh at the same jokes, engage in the same conversations, yet there will always be a weight in the air, something intangible, yet unmistakable. A shifting of energy when you speak, an involuntary tightening of the jaw when others praise you, a hesitation before they offer their own words of congratulations. Watch for this hesitation. It is the poor pause before forced words, the careful selection of phrases that neither fully celebrate nor completely ignore your achievements. Some will attempt to conceal it through exaggerated enthusiasm, overcompensating with too much praise, too many compliments, too great an effort to appear as though they are happy for you. But the performance is never flawless. There will be slips, small, barely noticeable yet revealing. Perhaps a slight delay before they clap for your good news, a fleeting expression of disappointment that vanishes in an instant. These moments are not accidents. They are the truth peeking through the mask. And then there are those whose envy is silent. They will not express discontent outwardly. They will not criticize, will not undermine, will not speak against you. Instead, they will withdraw, their distance speaking louder than any words could. They will find reasons to avoid the conversation when your success is the topic. They will change the subject, divert attention, or remain quiet, their silence filled with unspoken thoughts they dare not voice. It is not always the words of people that expose them. It is what they choose not to say. Beyond the eyes, beyond the silence, there is another form of deceit, one more cunning, more insidious. It comes wrapped in words of praise, yet when examined closely, it is nothing but a blade disguised as a gift. Not all compliments are genuine. Some are crafted with precision, designed to appear supportive while subtly diminishing you. You may hear things like, "I'm so happy for you, though I never expected you to do this well." Or perhaps, "You've achieved so much. I suppose luck was on your side." These are not words of encouragement. They are small, carefully placed seeds of doubt. The intention is not to lift you, but to remind you that your success is either unexpected, undeserved, or purely accidental. Listen to these words carefully. A true supporter will uplift you with sincerity, without inserting a hint of condescension, without making you question whether you are truly worthy. Even more dangerous are the comparisons disguised as admiration. You've done great, almost as good as, followed by the name of someone else, as if to remind you that no matter how far you go, there will always be someone ahead of you. Your speech was powerful. You almost sounded like, as if your voice alone is not enough, as if your brilliance must be measured against another's to be validated. These are not words of encouragement. These are words designed to keep you tethered to self-doubt. And then there is the laughter, the light, casual chuckle that follows your dreams. You're thinking of doing what? That's ambitious. You want to start your own business? Well, good luck with that. There is something in the way they say it, something just beneath the surface of their voice. It is not genuine amusement. It is doubt disguised as humor. It is a challenge, masquerading as jest. The envious will seldom attack directly. Instead, sometimes they are the ones you least expect, and that is what makes it all the more dangerous. If a stranger belittles you, you dismiss it, but when someone you love plants doubt in your mind, when someone you trust gives you reason to question yourself, the poison seeps deeper. That is why awareness is your greatest defense. So watch the eyes, listen to the silence, read between the lines of every word spoken in your presence. The world is full of actors, and not all of them act with good intentions. Some will watch your rise with admiration, while others will watch with resentment, waiting and hoping for the day you fall. Recognize them before they have the chance to interfere, because those who do not celebrate your success will never truly stand by you. And those who cannot bear to see you shine will never be the ones to help you rise. There's a weight that lingers in the air, a presence that is not always visible but always felt. It appears in moments of triumph, in the glow of success, in the quiet space between your achievement and the world's reaction to it. Some will celebrate you, some will honor your growth, but there will be others, silent and uneasy, watching. Their laughter is a little too forced, their applause a little too delayed, their words of encouragement carefully measured. It is not your success that unsettles them. It is what your success forces them to confront within themselves. Not everyone is equipped to handle the rise of another. Some will view your progress as a reminder of their own stagnation. They will not say it aloud, they will not admit it, even to themselves. But deep within, something shifts. Where once there was camaraderie, now there is comparison. Where once there was support, now there is discomfort. They will not attack directly. They will not show open hostility because that would be too obvious, too revealing. No, they will carry their resentment like a hidden ember, letting it smolder beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to let the heat escape. You will notice it in their tone, the way they suddenly speak to you differently, the subtle edge in their voice. There will be a change in the way they interact with you, a hesitancy in their words, a lack of warmth where once there was genuine connection. Conversations will start to feel strained. Interactions laced with something you cannot quite name. You will sense it, the unspoken resentment, the quiet struggle within them to reconcile their feelings about your success. They will not tell you they are envious, but their energy will. And then there are those who will seek to discredit you. They will not do so openly, not with direct attacks or blatant insults, but with whispers, with doubts carefully planted in the minds of others. They will disguise their envy as concern, their resentment as observation. She's doing well, but have you noticed how different she's become? He's talented, but I've heard he's not as great as people say. They will not speak with outright malice. Instead, they will plant tiny seeds of uncertainty, watching as they take root in the minds of those around you. They do this because they cannot bear to see you rise higher than they imagined you could. They need to believe that your success is flawed, that it is undeserved, that it is temporary. So they create small fractures in your reputation, careful not to strike too hard. Just enough to make others wonder, just enough to keep you from soaring too high. The most dangerous among them will appear as friends, as allies, as supporters. They will stand beside you, nodding in agreement, offering words that seem encouraging on the surface but carry a weight beneath them. They will smile as they say things like, "You've done so well. Well, I just hope it lasts." Or, "You're incredible at what you do, but you know some people think it's not all that special." Oh, words that sound like support but leave behind a sting. Words that create just enough doubt to make you question yourself. Some will disguise their resentment as advice. They will tell you to be careful, to slow down, to not aim too high. Are you sure you're ready for this? Maybe you should take more time. Not because they want to protect you, but because they want to keep you within reach. They're not worried about your failure. They are afraid of your success. Afraid that you will move too far ahead, beyond the place where they can compare themselves to you, beyond their ability to measure their worth against yours. And there will be those who will try to sabotage you, though they will never call it that. They will misspeak at the wrong moment, forget to pass along an important message, delay opportunities that should have come your way. They will call it an accident, a mistake, an oversight, but deep down you will know. Some people would rather see you stumble than admit that you are capable of standing tall. You must recognize them before their whispers become walls that hold you back, before their doubts become echoes in your own mind, before their envy seeps into the fabric of your confidence, unraveling the belief you have in yourself. Because if you're not careful, their resentment will not just live in them, it will live in you, shaping the way you see yourself, making you hesitate, making you second guess. But their discomfort is not your burden to carry. Their resentment is not your responsibility to fix. You do not have to make yourself smaller just so others can feel comfortable. You do not have to dim your light just to prevent others from feeling their own shadows stretch too far. If your success makes them uneasy, if your growth makes them resentful, that is their battle, not yours. What you must do is move forward, not with bitterness, not with anger, but with awareness. Awareness that not all who stand beside you wish to see you thrive. Awareness that some will offer a hand not to lift you, but to hold you back. Awareness that there are those who do not want to see you fail, but they also do not wish to see you succeed too greatly. Let them watch, let them whisper, let them carry their discomfort as you rise, because the weight of their envy will never be enough to pull down those who are determined to ascend, and those who attempt to discredit you will, in time, only discredit themselves. There are those who enter your life with open arms, with smiles that feel warm, with words that sound like admiration. They listen, they nod, they watch you closely. They are fascinated by you, drawn to you, eager to be near you. They seem supportive, encouraging, invested in your journey. You believe they are on your side, that their presence in your life is one of friendship, loyalty, and shared ambition. Yet, something feels off. Not right away, not in obvious ways, but in the small moments, in the gaps between their words and their actions. They celebrate you, but only to a point. They agree with you, but only when it serves them. They stand by you, but only when it's easy. And when you truly need them, when the weight of the world presses against you, when you reach for support, when you expect them to be there as you once were for them, there is silence, excuses, absences. Something always keeps them from being present when it truly matters, because they were never here for you. They were here for what being near you gave them. Some people do not come into your life to support you. They come to observe, to study, to learn what makes you shine, what makes others gravitate toward you. They watch the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you think, and slowly, subtly, they begin to mirror you. They take pieces of your identity, not out of admiration, but out of hunger. Hunger. They do not seek inspiration, they seek possession. Possession does not envy spring. Possession does not envy despair. They are not trying to find their own greatness. They are trying to wear yours like a borrowed suit, like a disguise that will grant them the attention they desperately crave. At first, you may not notice it. It begins with small things. The way they start using the same phrases as you, adopting your mannerisms, echoing your ideas as if they were their own. You tell yourself it's a coincidence, that perhaps you're imagining it, but as time passes, the imitation becomes undeniable. They do not just want to be like you, they want to replace you. They want the admiration, the respect, the presence you have built for yourself. But they do not want to do the work. They do not want to struggle, sacrifice, or create from their own depths. They want a shortcut, and the closest shortcut to greatness is to steal what they do not understand. True presence, true influence, true authenticity cannot be copied. It cannot be borrowed, it cannot be stolen, it cannot be worn like a mask. They may mimic the way you speak, but they will never have your voice. They may mirror your movements, but they will never have your soul. Because what makes you stand out is not just the way you present yourself to the world. It is the life you have lived, the lessons you have learned, the battles you have fought to become who you are. And those who seek to take from you without forging their own path will always be hollow. You will notice that their admiration shifts over time. At first, they praise you endlessly, speak of you as if you are the guiding force in their world. But as their imitation grows, so does their resentment. Because no matter how closely they follow your steps, no matter how precisely they mimic your ways, they will always be chasing something they do not truly understand. And that realization breeds bitterness. They begin to downplay your achievements, to find fault in the very things they once admired. They want to prove to themselves and to others that you are not so special after all. Because if they cannot become you, they must diminish you. You may wonder why people do this, why they cannot simply find their own path, why they cannot celebrate your success without feeling threatened by it. The truth is, some people do not believe in their own ability to create something unique. They do not trust in their own potential, their own voice. And so, they latch onto others, hoping that by standing close enough to greatness, some of it will rub off on them. But greatness does not work that way. It is not something that can be borrowed or imitated. It must be earned. Do not mistake these people for friends. Do not mistake their early admiration for loyalty. True allies do not need to copy you. They walk beside you, not in your shadow. True supporters do not need to compete with you. They are secure enough in their own path to celebrate yours. Watch closely. Observe who lifts you up and who merely stands close enough to you to benefit from your light. Watch who remains when you are no longer useful to them. Because those who truly belong in your life will not disappear when you have nothing to offer. And those who seek to replace you were never meant to walk this path with you. Trust in the authenticity of your journey. Trust in the uniqueness of your voice. These words may seem simple, but their weight carries the power to transform the course of your life. The journey you are walking is unlike anyone else's. The path you are carving is unique to you. And while others may look at it with envy, confusion, or even judgment, it is important to remember that there is a strength in authenticity that cannot be mimicked or replicated. In a world where imitation is often rewarded and copying is seen as a shortcut to success, the ability to stay true to your individual journey is not just an act of resistance, it is an act of defiance. Let them imitate, let them study, let them try to be what they can never fully understand. Because in the end, those who are built on imitation will always fade, and those who are built on truth will always stand strong. It may be tempting to look around and see others speeding ahead, using tricks and shortcuts to appear as if they are thriving. The world of social media, the workplace, and even personal relationships can sometimes create an illusion of success, where the image of happiness, achievement, and fulfillment is more valued than the authenticity that fuels true growth. In moments of doubt, it might feel easier to take a shortcut, to mimic what works for someone else, to wear a mask of someone you admire. But this is the illusion, the momentary shimmer that fades when the depth of true character is tested. True success is never found in imitation. It is found in the ability to stand firmly in your own light, to let your path be your own, to celebrate your uniqueness even when it is hard. You see, imitation is easy because it doesn't demand real courage or self-awareness. It is an act driven by the desire to fit in, to avoid confrontation with one's own fears and insecurities. When we copy others, we relinquish our power. We give away our identity in the hopes of fitting into a mold that was never made for us. But in doing so, we lose the ability to stand tall in our own skin. The true beauty of life lies in individuality. It lies in the courage to take the road less traveled, to make mistakes, to stand back up, and to learn from those experiences. This is the difference between those who last and those who fade away. Imitation is temporary, truth is eternal. Now, this is not to say that there is no value in learning from others. Indeed, we are all influenced by those who come before us, and inspiration can be found in the stories of others. But there is a crucial difference between learning from someone and attempting to become them. The former enriches our journey, and the latter robs us of our own story. As we walk this earth, we must remember that there is only one version of ourselves, and our success lies in embracing that version fully and without hesitation. The challenge, of course, is not in understanding this principle intellectually, it is in practicing it. It is easy to say, I trust in my journey when things are going well, when life flows smoothly, when success is within arm's reach. It is easy to believe that we are walking the path we were meant to. But when things get tough, when obstacles arise, when others seem to be moving ahead while we stand still, doubt creeps in. Doubt is natural. It's a part of the human condition. But it is also a part of the process of growth. We will all face moments where we question our choices, where we feel like we have made a mistake, or that we are not where we should be. It is in these moments of discomfort that we must remember the truth of our own journey. Not everyone who smiles at you wishes you well. This is a hard truth to accept, but it is a reality that we must face. The world is full of actors. Some perform for love, some for admiration, and some for deception. The actors who perform for love are easy to spot. They show up for you when you are down, they celebrate your victories, and they are there to lift you up when you falter. They support you because they genuinely care for your well-being. Then there are those who perform for admiration. These individuals are easy to spot too. They want to be seen with you because they believe your light will reflect positively on them. They want to be associated with your success so that they can bask in the glow of your achievements. They may offer their support, but only because it will benefit them in some way. But the hardest ones to identify are the actors who perform for deception. These are the individuals who smile at you, tell you that they support you, and act as though they are your biggest fan. But deep down, they are hoping for your downfall. They are the ones who will celebrate your success to your face, but behind closed doors, they secretly wish you failure. Their smiles are not smiles of joy. They are smiles of strategy, carefully constructed to maintain their place in your life, while working quietly to undermine you. These individuals can be difficult to spot because their actions are often masked by the performance of kindness, of care, of friendship. But now you know. Now you have seen the signs. Now you will not be caught unaware. When someone's support comes with strings attached, when their compliments are laced with subtle criticism, when their praise feels more like a warning, these are the moments to pause. Take a step back. Ask yourself, what do they truly want from me? What are they really offering? The more we trust in the authenticity of others, the more we place our well-being in their hands, the more vulnerable we become to betrayal. Recognize envy, recognize falsehood, and above all, choose your company wisely. This is a lesson that comes with experience, and often the hardest lessons are the ones that are learned through pain. It is not easy to walk away from someone who has been in your life for years, someone you have called a friend or confidant. But it is crucial to understand that your well-being, your peace of mind, and your authenticity are too valuable to be compromised by toxic relationships. Remember, the greatest betrayal is not the knife in the back, it is the hand you once held in trust. The betrayal that cuts the deepest is the one that comes from those who you believed were your allies. It is easy to trust people who are open and upfront with their intentions, but the true danger lies in those who disguise their true motives behind a veil of friendliness, behind gestures of kindness. Those are the ones who will deceive you and in the process take away your ability to trust your own instincts. In relationships, we must learn to listen not just to the words people speak, but to the silence between them. The pause that lingers too long after a compliment, the insincerity that bleeds through when someone offers praise, the way their eyes dart away when your success is mentioned. All of these are signs that something deeper is at play. Trust in your intuition, for it is the compass that will guide you through the fog of deception. And as we navigate these relationships, let us not forget to practice self-awareness. We must remain vigilant, not just of others, but of ourselves as well. We must guard against becoming the very thing we seek to avoid. It is easy to become consumed by jealousy, to fall into the trap of comparison, to look at others and wonder why they seem to be thriving while you are struggling. But this is where the true test lies, the ability to stay grounded in your own journey, to honor your own path, and to celebrate the success of others without feeling diminished by it. That is where true strength lies. Be vigilant, be wise, and never let the envious steal your light. In a world full of actors and deceivers, it is easy to be led astray. But the greatest power you possess is the ability to stay true to yourself. The more you trust in your own journey, the more you celebrate your individuality, the less power envy and falsehood will have over you. There will always be those who try to bring you down, to diminish your accomplishments, to take credit for your success, or to betray your trust. But the more you stand in your truth, the less influence they will have. You are the author of your own story, and the only opinion that matters is your own. So trust in yourself, trust in your journey, and trust in the power of your voice. It is your greatest weapon against the forces that seek to keep you small. And when you find yourself faced with envy or falsehood, stand tall, smile with the knowledge that you are walking your own path, that no one can steal your light unless you allow it. Let the imitators envy, let them try to tear you down, because in the end, the truth will always shine brighter than the falsehoods of those who seek to deceive. And remember, those who are built on truth will always stand strong. Your authenticity is your shield, and no force in this world can take that away from you.